Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Max.
And this is Movie Nostalgia, where we give you an honest review of the movies we've meddled with oh so mischievously over at Maybe Movies.
And on this episode, we are back to the 70s for The Warriors.
Indeed.
This is the 1979 Frank Marshall produced, Walter Hill directed gangland epic, starring Michael Beck, Deborah Van Valkenburg, James Remar, Paul Greco, David Patrick Kelly, and also featuring Thomas G. Waits, although you won't find him in the cast list.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so Thomas G. Waits, Windows.
Oh, right, yes.
Yep. Quite famously had a falling out with Walter Hill prior to and during the production, and their relationship got to the point where Walter Hill turned around to the stunt coordinator and said, "Kill him off. I don't care how you do it. I want him off my movie."
Oh dear.
Sorry, there's a little bit of a spoiler there, but yes. And as a result, Thomas Waits then turned around and said, "Right, well, I don't want to be credited on the film."
Oh well, no, I can sort of understand that. Sort of, but not really.
The story goes that Walter Hill was a big fan of Thomas G. Waits as a young actor.
All right, yeah.
He kind of saw him almost as the next James Dean.
Oh, right, okay.
And to kind of encourage him, and invited him around to show him some movies and show him things like Rebel Without a Cause, stuff like that.
Right, of course, I see.
I thought only punks fought with knives.
And it was an argument over a drink or something, apparently.
All right.
Walter Hill offered him a drink, he said no, and then this kind of friction between them snowballed from there. It seems a bit weird. I don't know if anything else...
That's an odd reason to have a falling out over.
Yeah, but apparently it was on both sides.
All right.
Thomas G. Waits was being a complete dick as well.
Oh, right, so I see.
Yeah, making demands on set and stuff like this.
Oh, right, so, yeah. It wasn't a one-sided thing.
No. So he went and got a job working several hundred miles north of the Arctic Circle.
No, enough! Indeed he did, eventually. Yes.
My friend Rob, who I went to college with, is one of my old role-playing buddies. He got me into this. He talked about it quite a lot when I was first at college as part of the role-playing group.
Oh, right, yeah.
But then I didn't get to see it until I'd been to France and moved back. And he's like, "You still haven't seen this? I've got it. Come round."
Okay.
And I watched it over at his and was just slightly blown away, as I think a lot of people were. So that would have been, what, 93, 94?
Okay, right. My story is actually a bit boring. I saw it for the first time for the show. I'd had it recommended to me many times over the years, especially Gav is a huge fan. Our friend Gav is a huge fan of The Warriors and has recommended it many times along with the game that's based on it. But I never got round to watching it until we decided to do it for the show. I will be honest, I kind of had the opposite reaction. I liked it well enough when I first watched it, but it didn't blow me away. But over repeated viewings, I'm getting more and more out of it. I'm finding layers in there. And there's a lot to appreciate about it.
There is, yeah, absolutely. Primarily based on the book of the same name by Sol Yurick, but that in itself is based on Arabassus, which is the story of the 10,000 Greek mercenaries by Xenophon.
Oh, Xenophon, right.
Yes, yeah. Which was a Greek story, loosely based apparently on real events, about King Cyrus.
Oh, right, I see, yes.
Who hired 10,000 Greek mercenaries to try and wrest the Persian throne from his brother, or his half-brother, Artaxerxes.
Oh, right, okay.
And things didn't go their way, and it left these 10,000 Greek warriors far behind enemy lines or in enemy territory. And Xenophon was the one that they appointed in charge.
I see. All right.
And they had to march several hundred miles through enemy territory to try and reach a port on the Black Sea.
Okay, so it's still got the coast involved and everything. Yeah, that's kind of nice. It's interesting. That is interesting. I'm not familiar with that story.
I'd heard about it because of the connection to this, and then I'd since sort of read up a bit on it.
But like I say, for me personally, I find it's one of those films that grows. You start to pick out individual details more about the film, and it's got an informed mythology that you don't grasp straight away.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I wasn't quite as blown away the first time I watched it.
I must admit, I do as well, because I've read the book as well.
Ah, right. Well, that obviously helps.
And there's quite a bit different in the book, tonally as well.
I understand the tone is a lot darker.
Yes, it is.
In
Absolutely.
the book.
It's a bit like A Clockwork Orange, where the cast in this are probably 3-4 years too old.
They're meant to be teenagers.
Yes, yeah. But there's also little things in there as well, like that throwaway line that Fox says to Paul Greco, the leader of the Orphans.
Yeah.
Youth worker, she talks about you guys all the time. We ain't got one.
There's more of that in the book. Having a youth worker means you're badass. It's a badge of honour.
Oh, right, okay.
So the fact that they don't have one goes, yep, that's how low class you are.
That I would have gone straight over my head.
As I said, I never picked up on it until after I'd read the book.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So, yeah. An interesting one apparently to film as well, because it was all filmed in New York and they did have trouble with the gangs of New York.
I'm not surprised.
Apparently the security team had to get forceful with them at times.
Right, yeah. Move the F along.
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised. New York was rough, but also New York is notorious for it won't block off streets for filming or anything. You just have to film in the midst of the traffic or in the midst of the pedestrians or whatever, and you just have to take it. Which is why you get that famous line with, "Hey, I'm walking here." You know, which is completely improvised because a taxi driver nearly ran over the main cast member.
True. Yeah, that's true.
You know, so New York is notorious for not holding the hand of film productions.
No, especially when you had like a small budget like this, which is about 4 million. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, it wasn't much.
No. Speaking of serendipity on screen, the bottles. Walter Hill really didn't like the taunt that Luther had in the script.
Okay.
And he said that to David Patrick Harris. So, David Patrick Kelly, shortly before while they were setting up for the shot. And he kind of went off, Walter Hill wandered off to try and think about what he could do.
Yeah.
David Patrick Kelly had a wander around, went under the boardwalk and found these bottles.
And just
started doing it. And when Walter Hill came back, he's like, just keep doing that. Camera.
Yeah.
And that's immortal moment.
Yes, it is very memorable. Yeah. Very memorable. You know, it's often quoted.
Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism. Sorry, did I accidentally just give kind of the synopsis, or do you? I kind of did, but not. Sorry.
The synopsis is pretty simple. This is the tale of the Warriors, a group of 9 individuals who travel to a secret meeting of all of the gangs, or all the important gangs in New York, under the direction of Cyrus, the leader of one of the largest gangs in the city, and he launches into a speech about how he wants to unite the gangs and run the city the way it should be run. And then somewhere in the midst of this, he is shot and chaos ensues. The Warriors find themselves accused of the crime and must flee to their home turf of
Coney Island.
Coney Island, thank you. And adventures ensue along the way.
Absolutely. It is fantastic. It's one of the greatest films of the late 70s, I think. It captures the end of the decade so well.
I was thinking that when I was watching the credits, because it was filmed in 79, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's that perfect... Because New York was still dirty and dingy and everything in the 80s, but the mentality of the 70s going into the 80s, we've often talked about that shift period.
Absolutely.
Between the 70s and the 80s, and this feels like one of them. It's capturing the end of the decade rather than the beginning of the 80s.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. And if you do check this one out, I am going to highly recommend that you look for the theatrical release, not the director's cut. The director's cut kind of ruins the film. Yeah, I don't think there's even any additional footage in the director's cut. But what they did with it was what, thankfully, Walter Hill didn't have the money to do when the film was first released. Because Walter Hill at the time was a huge fan of comics.
Oh, right.
And he wanted to have like a splash panel he wanted to break the movie up into chapters and have a splash panel.
Oh,
or a splash
right.
page, if you like, to link the different chapters. And he even had an introduction, which originally he wanted Orson Welles to read, which told the original story.
Oh, right. Oh, no. No.
And aside from all of that, the worst part of it was after doing that bit, when it cuts to the beginning with Wonder Wheel, and it kind of transitions from like comic book art to the film stock.
Yeah.
It has a little text box in the corner of the screen that says, "Sometime in the near future."
Okay, yeah, no. Yep, no. That's all bad.
Yeah.
It's all bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't get the director's cut. Get this cut.
Definitely.
Get the theatrical cut. Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, obviously by the time he got to do it in the director's cut, unfortunately, Orson Welles was no longer with us, so he did the voiceover himself.
Of course.
But, yeah, Walter Hill, you make some great films, but you also have some fucking stupid ideas.
Yeah, that wasn't a great idea. It wasn't. And I'm a huge fan of comic books.
Same.
You know, it's just there are some things that should be left alone.
Yeah, it just completely undermines so much of the gravitas of the film.
Yeah, and the flow. It would have broken the flow quite badly.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this one did very, very well. As I said, made on a budget of $4 million, took 22.5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's definitely enough to go into the profit margin.
Part of it was the budget, which is why you couldn't do what you wanted to do for the director's cut.
Yeah.
The other reason was they had a really short post-production period.
Oh, that's never good.
Because there was another great 70s gang film being made at the same time, The Wanderers, and they wanted to get this out in cinemas.
The Wanderers and the Warriors. Oh, I can see how that would have gotten...
Yeah.
That could have gotten confusing for people. Yeah.
Have you seen The Wanderers?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
It's another good one. In a very different way, but it's another good gang film.
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll have to give it a look sometime.
Yes. It's a shame we couldn't have done the two, but...
Yeah.
That would be for another time.
Indeed.
This one gets everything. All of them. Fingers, feet and toes. It is a fantastic movie. Check it out, obviously. Not one for the kids.
I'm going to be a little more harsh. I'm giving it 1.5. I think it's a good movie and it is growing on me, but I still haven't reached what I think could be the peak of my appreciation for it. So at the moment, for the time being, it's going to be a 1.5. It's a good solid watch and it grows on repeated viewing, so it's worth your time.
Absolutely. And yes, apparently, I'd never had a chance to do, but check out the game, which is apparently really good, which apparently added loads of stuff prior to the start of the movie.
All right, yeah.
Depending on which member of the Warriors that you pick to play, you get like a solo mission beforehand.
All right, so a bit of prologue sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So what we're going to do now?
I don't know. What are we going to do?
I don't know. Should we, we suppose we could go and have a game of hockey on the roof.
We could.
Could be fun. You know, you go and get the hockey masks, and I'll get the machetes. Until next time, everybody, please do look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.